play this record as frequently as possible.
What is going on, you guys? It is your boy Virgil here, and welcome back to another episode here on Dragon Ball Legends. Today we have returned to that time of the month, the LF Ultra Top 10, whatever you want to call it, tier list. Basically just giving my initial takes since the brand new release of, for this instance, for this month, we got LF Android MVP 17. And he definitely makes the list. I'll just throw that out there. He's definitely going to be placed amongst the top 10 characters in the game. Dude is kind of cracked individually. I honestly want to place him higher than I'm going to today. But, just team-wise and overall, it's very hard to find a place for him in the meta other than just on leader slot because of, obviously his main team that he does want to be on is going to be Universe Survival Saga. So, the team is not quite there yet, but it's working its way up there. Make sure to drop a like and a sub if you guys are new to the channel so you don't miss any content that I upload here daily. But we do have the top 10 units, and then we do have 11 through 15 being the honorable mention units, the units that just come right after. And I actually haven't thought of this list prior. It's just going to be raw. These are my initial takes, and my takes are going to change and updates throughout the week as it goes on, but I do always want to let you guys know my initial thoughts and my, the unit just dropped 2 to 3 days ago, and this is how I feel about it. These are how I'm feeling about the shipments and the placements, as you guys can see here. Pretty top rank. I've used USS a multitude of times already, and we're going to start out at the top. I think the top hasn't changed. Not a lot of things should change, but it is hard to, a lot of things also have changed, if that does make sense. It's kind of a 50-50 here. I'm just going to place the king right now. The king of legends is still Ultra Gogeta Blue. I don't think there's a debate in anyone's minds right now. I think this is just a community agreed upon placement right here for the boy. He is still boosted 1. He's on the best team in the game. He has that very powerful gauge. He has, the nullify endurance with his rising rush. So he's just a rush merchant. You pop the rush. There's not too many. No one's running a revival unit 1. So, you're just killing anybody that you do rush with him. So that's, he's just a powerhouse unit. And then especially late game, he's getting that more damage inflicted. Just later in the game, he's kind of cracked out. Yeah, the counter ability, the constant blue card spawning, the restorative vanish, his mechanics are nuts. Like I said, his team composition right now with Pan, Beast Gohan, and himself is kind of ridiculous. You can also obviously run different variants of setups with him on. You can throw him on GT, you can throw him on Future. You can multiple support him, double support him. This guy's very, very diverse team-wise, and I think, the equipments that he does offer as well, the equipments, you could build him even blast-oriented. I know if you guys have seen a couple of videos, like me running God Key with him, the Trunks, and the Zamasu on a blast-based setup. He's a strike-based unit, he's doing blast work. Dude definitely deserves the top 1 position right now. And like I said, he's still boosted, so he has those extra damage inflicted, the pure defenses. So I'm not sure if that will change when he is off boost, but right now he's just too valuable, he's too powerful, and he does pretty much, just mop the floor with any other unit in the game. There's only 1 unit that comes even close to him, and then even then, I do think this guy's just more reliable in various amounts of scenarios and situations. And number 2 placements, also community agreed upon units. It's like a no-brainer placement right here. It is going to be LF Beast Gohan. Very, very strong unit till this day. Obviously, he's actually not on boost anymore. He's still just with the way that power creep has gone, and just the unit just keep progressing, and just every unit topping the next unit. Beast Gohan has stayed tall. He did release a couple of months, like right before the festival dropped, and he's still one of the best in the game. He's still ahead of any of the festival units other than the Ultra. So, but that's with boost, right? We're not entirely sure. I feel like they're a lot closer than people do realize, but I think in an overall sense, I'm going to just go with my reliability aspect on Gogeta. He's just a great last man standing. He has that gauge, that auto counters. But Beast Gohan, he's just a straight powerhouse. By the way, they do They both have gauges, right? Ultra Gogeta has the potential to get that double card draw speed. Gohan can constantly fill his gauge, always get that card draw speed, and, you know, just constantly ramp up, do more damage. The team compositions that he fits on is the same one that Ultra Gogeta is on. So them two together with Pan just makes a ridiculous powerhouse setup. Pan providing all the constant damage inflicted supports, the green cards, the constant nuking blue cards. The team prior to this, right, all Hybrid Saiyans was the main Beast Gohan team where he was double supported. Still one of the best teams in the game, I'd say. But now you can run an even more reliable setup where you have two powerhouse units and Pan does enough to support the two of them. But yeah, Beast Gohan, the constant Vanish Restore, the constant nuke and blues, the ultimate's a nuke. Blast Armor characters just have so much control of the battlefield. So I think these guys individually are, 1A, 1B. That's how it really does feel like. So if you want to put Beast Gohan at number 1, I'm not going to shun you for it, because you can argue that Beast Gohan, it's just a matter of principle. It's 1A, 1B situation. I think they're very close. But then again, Ultra Gogeta does have the boost. I think they'll be even closer when the boost does disappear for Beast Gohan. But right now, just a fantastic unit, very reliable unit, and I don't think he's going to be going anywhere in the meta for the next couple of months. But with the way power creep is going, you never really know. You never really know. We just got a new unit, and he's already, or I've heard people say top 1. I don't think he's top 1, but bro is in contention, right? I think he could be placed even higher when his team does get the proper love it does deserve. Number 3, from here on out, it's going to be a little bit difficult to place some of these units. I do think it's still these guys right here, so I'm going to, this is it right here. It's going to be the LF Goku. I was about to say Trunks of Vegeta, but Goku and Vegeta Super Saiyan 4. GT, one of the best teams still to this moment. I believe they're still boosted, but they have a lot of the same, feels as Beast Gohan. Not as quite, they have a lot of durability, not as tanky, but a lot of durability. I actually think you can build them to tank, but they just fit on a numerous amount of setups as well, from Sun Family to you can just throw them on leader slot anywhere realistically, but on GT specifically, right, the synergy between 17, between Goku 4 and the Tag 4s is just phenomenal to this day. The constant cover nullification when the enemy has 3 battle members, the restored Vanish on blue card, the actual nuking of the blue cards, and just Blast Armor units, bro. The top 3 units are Blast Armor units. They just have so much control of the game right now. And a lot of last man standing potential. Like, these guys can clutch games with just constant card draw speed, double card draw speed. And they do a lot of both damage-wise. Like, all 3 of these units can do really, they're all strike-oriented, but you can do some really solid blast damage. So very rounded-out type units. And a lot of different compositions. Like I said, you could run Gohan on leader on GT, you can run Gogeta on leader for GT, you can run Tag 4s on leader for any of these other teams, movies, future as well. And the Tag 4s have, on release, there were, I don't want to say underrated, but they were, how a unit is always on release. They're a little bit underrated, but yeah, the Tag Force have definitely proven themselves to be some of the best, if not one of the best units in the game right now. I think these are a solidified top 3 for me at the moment. GT still one of the best teams. It's undeniable. You can even run variants with him or them and Pan, them supported, all this good stuff where they're just going to be doing nukes amounts of damage. But moving on, it gets, like I said, a little bit more difficult in these areas because we got to place the 17 somewhere up here, not even closer to the end. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the team, right? You're going to want to leader slot him somewhere on a more blast-oriented setup, but then again, you can do strike. You can run him on fusions. You can run him on future, GT, movies, whatever the case is, and he's going to be doing his things. I don't think 17's top 4. I do want to argue the boy individually. My tier list, all tier lists should not be individual based. It's a 3v3 game. Therefore, meaning, even though this unit is that good, you can compare him to the top units of the game. If he doesn't have the team, if he doesn't have the proper setup, the color, whatever the case is, 17's finding a difficult place in the meta right now, even though he does counter the best units, right? Ultra Gogeta, he has the ability to nullify that buff effect that Gogeta has where it nullifies endurance. So, I think he's a great counter to some of the best in the game right now. Don't know if he's top 4 right now. Like I said, individually, I do want to play some top 4, top 3. This is, I just want to throw this out there. The bro definitely deserves this, but without the team, I can't make this. I can't do this without the team. So, I'm not going to place him just yet. At number 4, I do want to place the boy Zamasu. I think he's going to stay up here. Proud tall, strong. He is fit on numerous amounts of teams as well, whether it's on leader slot, whether it's Gogeta on leader slot for future. Whatever the case is, he is just individually very, very powerful. And there's a unit that I want to put alongside him. I really do want to do this because I find myself struggling to say which one's better. I do personally believe Zamasu is the better unit individually. However, Pan is still on the best team in the game, right? Gogeta, Beast Gohan, and Pan, it just is the better synergy. Like, it is just the best team in the game. I think it could be agreed upon. I think there's, definitely arguable, but there's a lot of different setups that you can make with Zamasu as well. I think Future specifically does need another new unit buff or just a better partner to run with these, but he just fits on so many setups. The cover nullification on green card, the heal, the supports, the endurance. Then again, Gogeta does exist, but I've seen setups with Gogeta, Zamasu, and then the third unit being like Future Gohan, etc. This guy is not one to be underestimated. He can clutch games. He can do both strike and blast. Even though he is blast centered, run him on a strike team, he's going to rock out. Pan, like I said, best unit in the game. She doesn't have boost anymore. Zamasu does have boost. The fact that we can compare her, I think I'm going to put her still behind the Zamasu here for 4-5. It just feels right. Individually, I do think Zamasu is good enough individually to be ahead. And specifically, she just carries some of the best units, some of the best teams, right? You're going to run Pan on GT, you can run Pan on movies, on hybrids, on all of these #1 setups. You can even run Zamasu and Pan together if you do desire to do so. But Pan is just another one to not be underestimated for everything she does provide. The lowering key, the sub-count manipulation, the spawn of green and blue cards, the type neutrality, the damage inflicted support with every card used, every striker blast card used. And you can actually build her to, even to this day. I know she's not boosted anymore, but I have her built offensively. So she's doing like on some like last man. If I get caught with, one of my units dying, she can make some very clutch situations where she's not doing too bad of damage. But I'd honestly recommend building her some defense right now. But I do think Pan and Zamasu are almost on par. Zamasu's individually better, but the team composition, she's going to be fitting on the best team in the game, right? Zamasu's arguably on the best 2, 3, 4 teams in the game, whatever the case. But yeah, Pan's on the #1 team. I think individuality actually takes the cake for these two here. So I'm going to put that there. #6, this one is the new take right here, boys. It's him, man. I think he's either going to be number 6, 7, 8, around here on the list. I do want to give him the benefit of the doubt, say 6 or 7. Seems like a fair placement. He indirectly, I guess, counters. They do release units that just counter the last unit that dropped, right? If you do check his abilities, he does nullify the, the kill of, nullifying endurance for like blue cards, for ultimates, for anything really, and then Rising Rush as well. It is a limited amount of times. However, it can be, he actually has his endurance, right? When people run into him, it's hard to rush this unit because he does have that ability. If you're not keeping track of the counts of the blue cards, the ults, and even the rush, whatever, he does nullify those abilities. He has constant heal. He has multiple ways to get card draw speed, from the green card to the blast arts to the main ability. But yeah, the heal's really nice. It's just the team aspect for him is very tricky right now. I can see him on setups with him on leader, Zamasu, and then even Trunks and Vegeta as a really good combo. You could throw him on leader slot for fusions, throw him on leader slot for movies. He's countering the best unit in the game. However, being blast oriented, or like specifically like you want to run him on blast, I think blast units have a little bit of trouble finding them to be more reliable, even though they can do quite a lot of damage. As soon as you fill Gogeta's gauge, he's getting the heal. He's going to be able to counter you. He's going to go type neutral, all this crazy stuff. Yeah, it's a little bit difficult for blast units, but as a unit individually, bro is around 6 or 7 here. Honestly, I want to put him, I want to put him at 6, you guys. I really want to put him up here, individual, bro. He's given a lot of value to his USS build, but the team is just, you're not running any teams with him right now. And unfortunately, I am going to put him at #7 here. I was going to #6, but there's not enough. You're not going to be seeing him too much in the meta, even though right now we don't know what they're going to drop next, whether it's going to be an all-star unit to buff USS. We don't know if they're going to drop a new Plat. We don't know if they're going to drop a new Zenkai. But without these things for his specific team, on leader slot, it's still you know, not as effective as a lot of these other setups, or there hasn't been, you know, a setup where he fits perfectly, and this is like a very good. The one team that I did see is definitely Zamasu and Trunks. You could leader slot him on future for Zamasu and Trunks, and they could do a lot of work. But then, like I said, blast-based units have a lot of trouble against the best teams right now. I think this guy's going to raise in value once, you know, they are going to start buffing the tag, is my assumption. And, yeah, 17 was going to be number 6. I'm not going to lie. I think I could still see him number 6, but I'm not going to put him there. At number 6, I'm actually going to put Goku 4. This guy has proven, you know, to go up and down the list, up and down the list. This guy's a freaking, like an actual menace. He can do a lot of work defensively. He's tanking long combos, and last man standing, this guy's a beast. He's just doing stupid amounts of damage. He gets that cover nullification once he loses an ally. He's getting more damage inflicted. His ultimate hits like a damn truck. He's on one of the best teams with tag 4s and 17. You could also, like I said, run the new 17 on leader slot for that insurability, or I don't even know if insurability is a word, but like more protectedness, safeness from Gogeta Blue. I think this 17 is in the mix right now for being a little bit overrated and correctly appreciated. But I don't think he can be higher than number 4. Like, if you want to place this guy from 4, 5, 6, I can see it, but not above the 4s right now. I think he's really severely missing team value. And as soon as you play 17 on leader slot, you know, he's going to be a great protection from Gogeta, but just team synergy-wise, right, tag 4s, the GT's more strike. You can run a 17 with 17, the purple 17 with, you know, it's just in different unorthodox team comps, like very specific team comps, but then again, it doesn't, you know, nothing, it's very difficult to place him. But this guy right here, he's going to be nuking on blue, be nuking on ult. He fits very well. Like, a team has a lot of value when you can see a lot of synergy go amongst the units together, right? Like the tag 4s, he has those 2 cover rescues on GT. You could throw him actually on Sun Family. You can throw him on leader slot in other areas amongst Beast Gohan. You can throw him on movies. And the best unit in the game is yellow unit. So, or purple unit, excuse me. And he's a yellow unit, right? So, you know, color-wise, he's going to be doing damage to Gogeta Blue. I know a lot of these units do go type neutral. They can do, you know, crazy things to Goku 4 anyways. The tag switch unit switches their coloring. There's a lot of ways to counter pretty much every single unit in the game, but I've overestimated this unit has gone up and down. As a Zenkai, he's the only guy this high. So, a refurbished unit. He has a platinum equip. Definitely one of those units you don't want to underestimate. Goku 4 can be ridiculous, but we'll move on to the next. We'll move on to number 8 here. I think it's a little bit more difficult here. I'm going to just start slapping units in the 11, 15 so you can see who I'm even thinking about placing. This is going to be here. 17 is going to be there. I'll probably put Super Vegito somewhere in the list. And Jiren has gained a ton of value with this 17 right now. This guy's literally a tank god. He also got a new USS Platinum equip. So if you run these two together, I can see that being a team to work, right? If you want to run, I guess, Gogeta Blue on USS, but then again, you can't make use of the new Platinum equip. I don't even think you need it because Jiren's still going to be very, very tanky. And 17 does provide penetration for the rest of his allies. I believe it's like 15 to 25%. It's either 15 or 25%. I think it's 15%, but if it is 25, that's crazy. But I'm pretty sure it's 15. I could literally go make sure right now if it's 15 or 25, because 25, that's like, yo, 25%. Where is it, bro? When he fills up his gauge, it's 15%. I was about to say 25 is a lot. I didn't want to overdo that, but yeah, it's 15%. I think Jiren is going to go in the honorable mentions, or the 11 through 15. Don't think he breaks the top 10 just yet, but as soon as we see more USS buffs, this is literally going to be the tag's year. I am crossing my fingers. But anybody else that'd be worth of these placements? I don't think. I mean, you could throw this guy from 11th. Not sure. MUI, if he gets a plat, he's definitely going to rise in value as well. But right now, Future Gohan, that's who I was looking. I was like, there's one more character that I don't want to miss. Let's just go through it. Kaioken is raising in value. I think he is top 20 now, which is really, really nice. So, like, even though he doesn't have the team, he has given value to every other USS unit on the team's given some value to some of the androids, etc. They can use a platinum equip as well. Super Vegito might be No, this guy's not that good. I'm sorry. Maybe Broly? I don't know. I don't think so. We'll see. We'll see. For the top 15, it's very arguable. Actually, could just slap him on the, the honorable mentions. He might be up there. Broly just has some crazy utility as well. If I can find him, where did I just put him? Broly. All right. I've lost him. We could put Goku Black up somewhere. His Broly's right here. Nice, nice, nice. All right, for number 8, I do want to throw in... I think I do want to throw in the tag Trunks and Vegeta right there at number 8. I think they're very, very solid. They've proven, even though they are a blast unit, that they're going to be doing some ridiculous type stuff. They are still boosted, but their burst damage is ridiculous. If you don't swap out fast enough, 2 blast cards is going to deplete a Gogeta Blue health to the death. Like, he's just dead. They have a tag switch. They're constantly healing, a bit durable. They're a little bit too squishy, so if you one-shot them, then it's over, right? Type neutral blue card from Gogeta, or an ultimate from either LF, Beast Gohan, etc., right? But they do restore Vanish. They do a lot of the tag switching type, regular type stuff that the Goku 4s also do. But being blast oriented definitely holds them back. But then again, you can run them on setups like this. You can run them with Zamasu, and it's going to be a very powerful build. You can run them with Gogeta Blue. God Key's actually really good right now. Future, anything with Future Gohan, the buffs, all that good stuff. But yeah, I think these guys are been underrated since their drop. I think they're definitely worthy of top 10. I'm going to keep them at number 8 there. I've been vouching for them for quite some time right now. And this is where it gets a little bit tricky. I'll probably slap Future Gohan at 9. He doesn't die. Future Gohan Puddle Boy is literally timeless. He fits on too many setups. You can run him on leader slot. He's on Future right now. He's on hybrids. You can leader slot him on pretty much anything. And he's a great partner on Future. You can do yellow, blue Future with Trunks and Vegeta and Zamasu. You can run him with purple Goku Black and whoever else. Gogeta Blue. Like I said, he's God Keys, fusions, he's movies, he's all these different tags. So you can make a lot of diverse compositions, especially with leader slot existing. But the amount of buffs, he's also a yellow unit. Trunks and Vegeta are also a yellow unit. A yellow unit's countering the best, best color in the game right now, the purple guy. If you get a lot of solid damage, you can have his ult built like a nuke. He has a platinum equip that definitely increased his value. But yeah, pure hybrids is still fantastic. Beast Gohan, Pan, Future Gohan, still a fantastic team. Endurance is still great, but then again, it just gets nullified, right? You could do 17 Future Gohan, some composition with that I could see definitely working, but this guy's no sleeper. He's definitely not out of the top 10 in my opinion. And then at number 10 is going to be probably the most difficult one right now. I think I'm going to put Ultra Super Vegito there. I think this guy has definitely worked his way back up into the top 10 just because Fusions is definitely not one to be, messed around with. Ultra Gogeta has given a ton of value, like a great partner for the boy right now. Red Vegito with the lock-in. This guy is a lot of, the purple units running around. So if you're running into other Gogetas, this guy's yellow, right? Yellows have gained a ton of value. The best unit in the game being purple. He does have his own endurance. He has the way to restore his Vanish 100%. He can do some really solid damage. I think his defenses are definitely on the bad end. He has an auto counter ability for blast arts or tap blast or whatever the case. Does have the cover nullification, all of the powerful mechanics you would expect a unit to have. He is a unit a couple months ago, but I wouldn't be mad if you guys decided to put him in your top 15s or whatever. 10 is a little bit of a tricky spot right there. But from right there, I guess honorable mentions, all of this can definitely be argued. I think Gogeta could have a spot, potentially. Androids could potentially have a spot, but, like, androids aren't that good. It's literally just these guys and the other 17, right? So, androids are not that high. I don't even know if I want to place them in the top 10. But then again, he does give 70% to Rising Rush damage, the new 17, so he can make these guys look really good. But then their third partner, right? You could leader slot somebody. On androids, and I could see it working. Maybe it's a top 15 worthy candidate right there. Jiren is probably like top 12 or 13 right now. I think they're literally perfect pairs, perfect partners with one another. If you guys want to try Jiren, if you have him at high stars, he's going to be tanking. He has perfect defensive equipment options. And him with 17 is like literally the best pair right now. Like the best pair for that new 17, I think. But I'm probably going to place him at top 12 or I think Yeah, from here it gets a little bit tricky, but it's nothing really concrete after the top 10. I think 17 is definitely up here at 11. Yeah, he'll definitely be at 11 just because GT, he's still core on GT, I'd say. You could slap Gogeta Blue on GT, but they're missing out on that support unit if so. I think his damage inflicted buffs, his lock-in, his green card that nullifies endurance is really powerful. He does really solid damage. Can put him with the new 17. You can put him with some of these other blast units. Trunks of Vegeta. You could throw him with Zamasu, all this stuff. But this guy's definitely no sleeper, but he is slept on. So I'm going to throw him at 11 here. I think I'll throw Jiren right behind him. I know it's surprising, but I'm telling you guys, try Jiren out. If you have him, especially at high stars, he's going to be quite good. I think Ultra Broly is still not one to be slept on. I think his unique gauge is very powerful. His damage is not quite there, but he's defensive. He's a great bench option. Don't know if I want to throw him on the 15 right now. Don't know if I want to throw him. I don't think these guys can really be in order. Maybe these two, but from Ultra Broly, I don't know if androids are cutting it right now without the plat. I don't even know if they're cutting it. I don't know if they're cutting it. Maybe Kaioken up here. There's, you know, Rose Goku Black, which is really good. A unit that actually nullifies endurance for existing actually does not have an effect on the 17. 17 will still die because it's an ability that is just innate. It's not a buff effect, and it can't be canceled. So units like Goku Black and 17 have definitely, you know, they can see value on future. They can see value on a lot of setups realistically. God Key, these guys, androids. Android's not a real team, but something like this I think would be an appropriate top 15. You can also swap, you know, this guy got some value. I don't know if he'd be top 15 though. Honorable mentions. Let's just change this to honorable mentions because I don't want to order these. I think the first two are definitely accurate. But honorable mentions wise, we can definitely just do this, and I'll probably add like one more to seal the deal that just has a ton of value right now, which could be that person. That unit will probably be this Ultra Gogeta here. I'd probably do something like this. This is how I'm seeing all the honorable mentions. I know I put more than 15, but I feel like this is a fair list right there. USS has just got a extreme, like a heavy buff. So if you want to do this guy, Jiren, like this is going to be a very powerful team, very powerful synergy right there. But yeah, this is my list, you guys. Don't worry about the honorable mentions too much. I haven't really quite thought about the placements for these, but this is something like this, you know. I think the droids are definitely, it's hard to place them right now. I'm not really a big fan with how long they take to ramp up, but they, like I said, nullify endurance for existing. They're getting more RR damage from the new 17, and I think they can be a very good pair with one another, just support-wise. Get, like, Future Gohan on the setup, etc. But yeah, you guys, this is going to be my top 10. Some honorable mentions as well. That could definitely be close to it. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'll catch you guys in the very next one. Stay frosty, boys, and I'm out.
Up all night, so you don't wanna wait on me. I'm about to catch my flight, so you don't gotta wait on me.